welcome back, guys. What is the vibe? Um, Jeez, I'm so sorry. I've been so out of sync with the market, so out of sync with myself, out of sync with everything. I've just been busy and all that. But that on the side, I'm back. I don't think I'll call this a Sunday swings. I'll call this more of a market update rather, more of a market update and stuff. So this week's video is going to be very different because it's going to come late. It's coming, I think, 2 days late, and this video is currently being made up like I think on a Tuesday, and also because the markets have already opened, and I'm going to be more of it's going to be very different because I'm going to be talking about more of signals. I'm going to be giving out more of signals, so you guys are just basically seeing me trade live, basically. So this is me. This is how I'm looking at the markets currently and what I'm currently looking at. Actually, JPY is my first pair this week. I really like the way it's looking because on the weekly time frame we have this area of interest here. Basically, if you look at the major story for JPY, we have this left head, right shoulder, right, which is the upside. Has had a pullback, rejected, pullback, and it's currently rejected. So we are still expecting this left head, right shoulder. That was basis of the analysis. Then on the daily time frame, we had a push to the upside. We had this push to the downside, push to the upside. That was still bullish, push down, push up, still bullish, push down, and then push up. And as I saw this, I waited for a pullback to this nice area of interest, which we have this level of resistance, 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 support, Sorry, yeah, support and resistance level here. We had it here, and then when I saw a pullback, I went down to the lower time frame, which was the 2 hour time frame, yeah, and I found my entry confirmation from there, which was this. I think this was the morning star formation that I used to enter. This is basically more of a signal type of video this week, so just go and watch out for this pair and see what it actually does in real time. If it hits our stop loss, completely fine. If it doesn't, completely fine too. So that is for NZJPY, our number one pair for this week. I really like the way the pair is looking because the 4 hour is also bullish. We had it from last week. We needed price to break above this point, retest, and give us our entry. If you go to last week's video, you see what we talked about. We needed a break, we needed a retest of this zone. So now and price currently has had that break, had that retest of this zone, and it's currently rejecting. So we are just basically continuing the trade from last week, basically. Next we had on our list, you see my last tweet I talked about NZJPY buys, GBP JPY buys, and GBP sells. I couldn't. I just tweeted it because I'm seeing these pairs doing this, like they are coming together. So I didn't make a video on time. I just had to post stuff like that. So this GBP JPY, I also had this pair. I had this pair. That was the GBP JPY buy that I talked about. Currently, I'm in NZD JPY, but I'm not in GBP JPY. Basically, because the risk to reward on this trade. Basically, I wanted to put my stop loss somewhere here. That would have been a 95 pip stop, and targeting a 1 to 2. I didn't see it hitting the 1 to 2, but I didn't say it's not still possible. If you notice, I set my alarms here. When I see a new confirmation, that's when I might now set my stops somewhere here. But I am going to be my eyes are very much peeled for this pair. I like the way it's looking. I like the way we are rejecting this area of interest. This nice support and resistance level. Anytime we go here, we rejected. Very nice support and resistance level. So that's where I'm looking to buy from. If you have a pullback, have a pullback into this level, test and our alarm will be triggered, and then we will see look for new confirmations to take the trade to the upside. The next pair we have on our list. This week has been kind of crazy. It's still Monday just finished and it's already looking crazy. At least we have is Eurocard. Eurocard, I'm very interested in the buys. I really like the storyline on this pair. We've had this left head, right shoulder here. And we've had a pullback, had a rejection, had a double bottom, and now waiting for a pullback to continue the uptrend. If you notice, it's building up a very nice uptrend right here. Building up a trend, and we're waiting for a pullback retest of this EM trigger our alarm. I think there's one psychological level around it. Okay, no one psychological level. But I really like this one because anytime price got here, price had a reaction. Every fucking time price got here. So waiting for price to have it pull back into this point again to have give us that entry signal to buy this euro card. Go up to daily time frame, see that the daily is bullish. Daily is very much bullish. I really also like, if you notice, you can see the left head, right shoulder on the daily time frame and a break. This is a confirmed left head, right shoulder. So I'm waiting for a pullback to this nice level of support and resistance, the left, and then look for entries to keep buying euro card basically. The next pair we have this is very also another interesting pair, another pair that is also a kind of live signal. I'm going to move it up. Kind of live signal. I was in this trade. I was in this trade, but I kind of changed my mind basically because of I was seeing a kind of support and resistance here, support, resistance, 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 resistance. I know if I support and resistance level, we need a minimum of 3 touch points to enter the trade. So I was definitely on this trade. I'll add a screenshot. I was definitely on this trade, but I exited the trade because of what I was seeing. So the trade was in, I think it was in a little profit, and I closed the trade. Um, I closed it because I wasn't, I didn't, as I saw the support and resistance level, I'm like, okay, let me wait for a break above the level to now enter the trade again after a break and retest of the level. After a break and retest of that level, we'll have a kind of confirmed left head right shoulder, which is this left head right shoulder, and then wait for a pullback of the to the neckline to enter the trade to the upside, which would be more, I'll be more confident in that setup than this buy I took here. So though the buy is actually going well, I think I have the screenshot. Yeah, this is the screenshot. This is it before the trade played out. This is the screenshot of the buy on USD card. And this is it currently. This is, I think I took the screenshot yesterday. So I am currently waiting for a retest of this level. A retest of this level. With trigger our alarm to keep going to the upside basically on USD card. Well, it looks very, very interesting to be honest. I also like that the way that the EMA is above the EMA, using the EMA as dynamic support. The next way we have on our list, I'm not going to run through the rest because I've given out NZD JPY buys, GBP JPY buys, USD card buys, and yeah, these are the three live signals right now. So don't forget to put them on your radar and let's watch out and see how it goes. Next we have is Euro USD. This pair I picked them on during the weekend, but I was trying to work on. I've had a lot of complaints about our video quality that some people aren't seeing these numbers, right? These pairs right here, and it's not as clear. I just hope on this video that I'm working on right now, I just hope that it is going to be as clear because it took me a while to understand the whole how to edit on my laptop and stuff. So I think that was the problem. That was the problem because of the way I do edit. So I think I'm going to I also hope it's going to be better from this video. So if it's not as good, drop a comment in the comment section. If it's not as good as if it's not as nice as you all want, drop a comment in the comment section. If it's better than before, also drop a comment in the comment section and tell me what you think so that I would know what to actually update and work on better for subsequent videos. So let's get back in. We had this Peyo USD. I love this doji from last year. I love the doji. Now on the price yesterday, price had was given an evening star formation, very, very beautiful evening star rejection. I really like the way it's looking, but what I'm waiting for on this pair, I'm waiting for a break under this level. Break under this level. That's when the 4 hour will go bearish and we'll now get a pullback. After we get a pullback, then we will look for entries on this pair to sell. I really love the way it's looking. I really love the way it's looking, to be honest. Euro USD, looking for sales. GBP card, I'm looking for sales too. I really like the way it's looking. I like the daily time frame. I like this level of support and resistance. But I'm waiting for price. I'm waiting for price to have a pullback into this zone. Retest of the EMA, give us a kind of daily confirmation, then wait for a pullback to enter the trade to the downside. Very, very interesting play on GBP card. And next we had card JPY. Card JPY we had it from last week. We still wanted to buy. We needed last week. We needed. I think price was here. We needed it to pull back to this point to buy. But price never gave us that pullback. Price just kept on buying. So this week, what I'm waiting for on this week, I'm waiting for price to have a pullback to this point and get that pullback to this point. Very nice level of support and resistance to the left back to this point, and then we'll look for buys. Basically, I really like the way KJV is looking. I like the uptrend. I like that we're following the trend. So I like the way it's looking, and we're going to be looking for entries. So to buy to the upside. The next pair we have AUJPY. I don't see this pair. I don't really like it, but it looks okay. It looks okay. I like that it's trending. I like it's trending to the upside. We are basically following the trend to the upside on AUDJPY. So we need a pullback. Don't forget to follow him on Twitter so you see if I actually do execute this trade because I might not. Um just follow me, let's see. The next we have is GBPCHF. GBPCHF is very, very interesting. If I had made this video on Sunday, then I would have explained this whole thing. But I am basically looking for a counter trend trade on GBPCHF. I I like the way price has rejected to the upside. So I need another new low. I need a new low, have a pullback, then give me something, you know. I know what I'm looking for, but just follow me on Twitter so that you see what I actually do decide to do on this pair. Basically, that I actually do decide to do at the end of the day. You see it. I'll post it live. I didn't really post any signals live on my Twitter because I didn't drop this video. So I was like, what's the point of posting the signals when you didn't drop the whole video for the to understand the whole narrative? So the next pair, last pair that I talked about was GBP-AUD. GBP-AUD would have been an L. I think I closed this trade earlier. I was dwelling on past the glory. They were dwelling on like last week's trade. I was dwelling on last week's trade a lot, but I like the way I observed the trade wasn't a high probability setup, to be honest. I like the way I observed this. It was just a very, very low probability, very sketchy trade, to be honest. A stretch if I'm to call it, if I'm to use a single word, just a stretch. So that would have been the last pair for that week. I like actually it was if I was to enter the trade last week, right? This would have been the entry, I think somewhere here. Why I didn't take the trade last week because the stop loss was so wide. It was so wide. I would have not even been able to get even up to a 1 to 2 from the trade. So I'm like, okay, why not just let the trade go? You know, that was why I didn't take the trade last week, basically. So I think that is all the plays for this week. Don't forget to follow me, don't forget to like and subscribe. Um, Now let's watch how these trades play out. First play, don't forget we have NZDJPY buys. NZDJPY buys. We're going to watch out what the next moves are. We're targeting a 1 to 2.5 on this pair. The next pair we have, I like this pair. I think if you also go to lower time frame, but yeah, it's like I thought I saw so on the lower time frame. I like the way it's trending. I like the way it's, you know, building up. It's just following a nice trend, a nice channel, a nice trend line, you know. I like the way it's building up on the lower time frame. So I just hope that it actually does what we would like. I also like that the EMA is testing the EMA both on the 1 hour, on the 2 hour, on the 4 hour. I think is it testing? Okay, it's not yet testing on the 4 hour yet, but it has tested the 4 hour EMA. I like the way it's looking. So this plays is our number one. Very beautiful, very, very nice. The trade is the weekly is bullish, the daily is bullish, and the 4 hour is bullish for me. So let's watch out and see how it actually does play out. Then this pair, you guys remember I said wait for a pullback to this point, and then I would look for a new confirmation to set my stops here. And then would look for the 1 to 3 from this pair. Very, very interesting. So then this other pair, the USD card, very, very interesting. I really love this left head right shoulder. I don't know if I should mark it up for you guys. Left head, right shoulder. Yeah, so left head, right shoulder, waiting for the readers of the neckline. This would be a very, very high probability setup. because we have the weekly is bullish, the daily is bullish, and the 4 hour is bullish. So we have all the time frames pointing to the upside. So your mind should be telling you that this pair is very nice high probability setup because all the pairs are pointing in the upside. We have the left hand right shoulder on the 4 hour time frame. We have the lower time shift of the lower time frames. We have a lot of confluences on this pair to take the trade, to be confident in the trade to the upside. So now that we have broken above this point, we are definitely very interested in this. I think this pair should even come to the top. Should come to the top because this is going to be a very banger trade. Okay, my stop loss for this pair, let me say it because people actually have been in my DMs telling me they have issues with stop loss. But don't forget to follow me because I would post the stop loss. I might even start typing out the stop loss for you guys to use. But you can still use the one you prefer because I sometimes I do use tight stops and then I get wicked out. Didi. So I think my stops, if I'm to get an entry here, my stops might be under here, the same place, or under here, somewhere like something like that. But let's just see how it goes, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll see you guys on Twitter. I have missed you guys so much. This week, my week has been so my past